Okay, so we're getting started. Maybe you start from telling who you are, what you're doing for Bungie, and then I hope you're prepared for all of our questions.
Ready to go, absolutely. I'm DeeJ. I'm a Bungie community manager, visiting code from Seattle. I manage Seattle, Washington.
Washington, okay.
In the United States. That's where Bungie is based. I've been working there for about 3 years now, and I am ready to lead the Bungie community into the brave new world of Destiny in 4 short weeks. We're here at GamesCom to see how many people we can meet, people who may have played in the beta. We get such a great variety and diversity of gamers here at GamesCom, and it's always a treat to come and talk to them about what they think about what we're creating here.
How is Germany prepared for Destiny? You are now for a couple of days in Cologne on GamesCom.
Yeah.
And I think you got a lot of questions, a lot of people. What's your general feeling about German games?
Well, I think we're having a lot of great conversations here because people have played the beta. I was here at Gamescom last year, and we were still sort of in a very early proof of concept with Destiny, showing people how public spaces worked, giving them a sense of gameplay and the characters that we created. This year, people are asking really complicated questions about character progression and weapon balance, and where do I get to go, and what do I get to do, and what does that mean to my character, and you know, that's awesome. I mean, these are the conversations that we want to have with people. It's so much better when people have played the game because now they understand what the game is, and we're not trying to explain it, we're just trying to set their expectations for what sort of adventures they're going to have on September 9th when the final version of Destiny releases and we begin this party.
So you mentioned the beta. We played alpha and beta, and what about when the game comes out in a couple of weeks? Where are the differences between multiplayer and the story?
And the beta was a great informative process for us. We learned a lot about how we can finely tune the nuances of this new explosive sandbox we've created. Our goal is to make sure that every character in Destiny, every player of Destiny can have those moments when they feel powerful. You know, every Guardian should be a logical counter to every other Guardian in some way, shape, or form. And when you have that many people playing our game, you know, when the Destiny beta becomes the most simultaneously played game of any Bungie game that we've ever released, we learn a lot about weapon balance. We learn a lot about the fact that the hand cannon needs a boost. You know, the pulse rifles need to be a little bit more deadly. We learned that the Cabal Interceptor tank from the Crucible
was a bit powerful.
Yeah, a little powerful. You know, and we still want it to be a tank. We still want it to be something that you need to respect, but at the same time, it should not be the only feature of the battle. So anytime anybody plays our game, we learn about what it is, we learn about how we can make it better, and I can tell you that after we launch Destiny, that process will continue. September 9th is the beginning of making this game amazing over a long timeline. You know, it's really not the end. We don't just kick it out the door and hope you like it. We will study the people that play this game. We will listen to your feedback. We'll work with the developers to see if we can blend our vision with your priorities as players and make sure that Destiny is something that you love to play, and make sure that every time you turn on your box to play Destiny, you feel like there's something new to do. That's very important to us.
You mentioned the tank. I think, for my feeling, the only problem, I know you nerfed the tank now for the opening, but the only problem was I didn't have ammo for my weapon launcher. I think that was the only problem. You had to wait for heavy ammunition. I think if it was right from the beginning you had ammunition, I think the tanks wasn't that kind of hard.
And now the tank won't be on the map at the very beginning of the match for just that reason. Okay. So the tank appears later on in the match. By then you may have secured your heavy ammo, and it's another logical way to counter things. You know, nobody starts a match in the Crucible with one of their super abilities all charged up and ready to go. So
how often will there be a drop like that that I have to tank?
You know, those timers are still being adjusted and tweaks. Actually, I'm not sure where the design team landed on that, simply because, you know, they have been making those changes ever since the beta. That is why all of the beta characters were wiped, because ever since the beta, those debates have been sort of raging inside the studio. But
will there then be a warning, like warning, 10 seconds to go, battleship is dropping in or something like that.
No,
It's gone boom bang.
It'll just appear. Of course, like we've seen, you know, the most competitive players in the game have all these things memorized.
Yeah.
You know, they know exactly when heavy ammo is going to drop. They know exactly when that vehicle is going to become available, which is why we love our community. There is no fooling the Bungie community.
No.
And, they understand how these things work in some respects better than we do, which is exactly why we listen. It's exactly why we accept their feedback. It's why we host an environment at Bungie.net where they can come and they can tell us how they relate to these things, because you know, who knows more about a game than the person who plays it every single day. You know.
Now you had in the single player and in the multiplayer, you had different weather types in the multiplayer, but not in the single player, in the story mode. Will there be something like raining day or snow, something like that, hurricane coming through?
We're doing a lot of things, hopefully not a hurricane.
Yeah, okay.
But that would be a little more destructive than we probably want.
Yeah.
But we do a lot of different things to make sure that the world of Destiny feels different every time you visit it. You know, we've got times of day, we've got different atmospheric conditions. You know, some of my favorite moments of the beta were visiting the tower. You know, when a foggy front would blow in and just change the atmospherics of the game. And that was one of the things that we wanted to do when we rebuilt the technology that we use to make these games. You know, we've got brand new tools that we can use to build these worlds, fill them up with action, and create different tones and moods in those worlds to support different types of story missions, or just when you go to explore, you can have a completely different type of scenario just because, you know, the light is different, or the time of day is different, or the conditions of the weather are different. We want Destiny to feel dynamic. We want it to feel like a place that's alive where anything can happen.
You mentioned support. First of all, I have to say we are very impressed. We have a community, the support we had until today is all perfect for Bungie. Nice, good job.
Thank you.
But now the next 10 years, you announced 10 years Destiny, DLC drops. What kind of time difference or in between will there be before maybe a new map will come or a new planet? What will happen in the next 10 years and maybe surpass that?
Yeah, it really depends on the player. It depends on the community. You know, we earn the right to keep making games by creating things that you love. So job number one is to make sure that Destiny is an amazing game that blows your mind, a game that satisfies you over a long timeline. We need for you to come to us and say, I want more. Then we can provide, you know, what we're calling an expansion pack. I know in the past, you know, Bungie has referred to these additional episodic offerings as DLC, but we feel the name expansion pack is better at setting the expectations for what these things are. You know, it really does kind of expand the boundaries of the player experience in every direction. We tell you new stories, we give you new spaces to enjoy and explore, be they, you know, spaces where you'll enjoy a competitive scenario like a strike, or you know, a new contested zone in the Crucible, the competitive arena. We give you new weapons and gear and reasons to go out and play this game in new and exciting ways and in new places. As far as the timing goes, the first expansion pack lands in December. We'll itemize out exactly how that will work, what you can expect, and at a later date. Right now, job number one is launching the game, making sure that September 9th is a good, stable experience for everyone. I can tell you that whether or not you help yourself to the expansion pack in December, Destiny is a game that we're going to support aggressively so that you feel like there are different challenges and different things that you can enjoy on a weekly or even daily basis. Things like the Iron Banner that you saw in the beta are a good example of that, where we say, okay, you've been playing, you've been enjoying the Crucible, now here's something else. We're going to turn this on for a little while, you enjoy this, you're going to earn some very special rewards, and when it's over, that's done.
But how will you do that? Because from the timeline, America, Europe. We have got different times.
I know,
so
I know, and I apologize for that. I know I got a lot of Twitter feedback
Yeah.
about you keep doing
You
these
mentioned
Iron
Iron Banner
Banners
at
when I'm
11 o'clock.
asleep. Yeah, I actually went to the team and I was
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm looking through Twitter here.
Yeah.
I got a lot of unhappy Europeans, and like we could turn it on at 10 a.m. for them. That would be like prime gaming time.
Yeah.
And I talked to some of my Activision friends, and I'm like, when would be best for the European guys, and like some of our YouTubers and some of our friends over in London, like when can we do this, So that's the sort of thing that we intend to do, is to know our community, understand what we need to give them the experiences that they're interested in, enjoying, and then doing those things. So that's what we're talking about when we mean supporting the game. The Iron Banner isn't going to be a 2-hour engagement when we launch the final version of the game.
Okay.
It'll be a sort of thing that is a limited time. You can imagine it taking place over a couple of days, and it's always available to you. There may be these flash moments where we say, at this moment in time, there will be something that you need to go and do. I have no idea the people who are going to be supporting this game, the programming, the events that they're going to be scheduling. I have no idea what they'll do to try to surprise you. But I do know that Destiny is a game that we want to be enjoyed by as many people as possible, and not locking you out of things when you're asleep or at work is a great place to start doing that.
Yeah, I can't play at work. It's a pity, but
I can, but
yeah, I know. But we got a lot of questions going back to the DLCs for a moment. I mean, I'm an old school gamer. I played Atari, and it's a very long time ago.
Sure.
So,
Combat?
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So everything I play, I buy everything, no matter the cost. But we have younger people here. Is it payable for them? Is it about, I don't know, a season pass? Will it be too expensive, or you say DLC is only 10 euros for a year or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, the pricing is something that we'll get more specific about over time. We certainly don't want to abuse the trust of the people who love our games. At the same time, these things are certainly expensive to develop, and we need to make sure that we can keep Bungie healthy so we can keep making games for you over the long timeline. If people feel like the expansion pack is not a good, worthy investment for them, I can tell you that we will still be committed to serving the gamer who bought Destiny. And want Destiny to be a game that can delight them and surprise them, keep them entertained for a long time, which is why we're going to create the weekly or the daily challenges, different ways to play the game, enjoying the game again and again as different Guardians or at different difficulty levels. This is the biggest and most ambitious game that Bungie's ever created, so our goal is to give you something that will keep you entertained for a good long time. Like you said, there are people like yourselves where you're like, I'm ready for more, I want more, give me more, and we'll be there to serve you as well. So we look across our entire community, we see a lot of different types of gamers. People that want to buy the base game and enjoy it for what it is as long as they can. People who want to complete all of the end-game content, play every story morsel that we can put out there, consume every piece of concept art and behind-the-scenes feature, and even where we leave off, they're like, I'm going to write my own fan fiction now. So it's
How? Last question. How will you be able to get everyone playing? You've got the hardcore players like us.
Yeah.
You've got the core gamers.
Yeah.
You have to keep both sides on the same level. I think. It's when I never played a game and I go into a battle and I will be crushed. I think many people say, oh, I don't like to play the game. How do you try, I think, to get them all on one plate?
Well, we've created so many different activities in Destiny that we can cater to different types of gamers. At the same time, gamers who like doing lots of different things are going to approach Destiny from different moods. There are times when I like to go in with my clan for a very intense competitive challenge. Take the best people on my friends list, form up a team,
like
go out,
do, yes.
go out and kick some ass, right? Then there are times when I just want to relax with the game. I want to jump on my Sparrow. I want to cruise around the huge vistas that we've given people to explore. I might dabble in some combat. I might battle some aliens or rescue some noobs who need help in a public event. But really, it's just sort of me time. I'm just going to go out and enjoy the beautiful scenery that's been created for me, or just mill around the tower and enjoy some of the other Guardians that are on display. Admire their armor and think about what sort of adventures they may have had. We found in the Destiny beta that players from many different backgrounds came and joined us in that experimental test phase. People who enjoy exploration, competition, the deep narrative from a game that tells a story. even just social interactions, and giving them different things that they can do and enjoy is crucial, because we do want players of different stripes to be able to come and find their home in Destiny.
Okay, thanks a lot. Time is up. So Leute, das war's dann. Letzte Frage gestellt. Wir haben leider keine Zeit mehr, müssen Schluss machen. Für die Leute, die kein Englisch können, wir werden versuchen, die meisten Fragen, die ihr uns stellen, wir natürlich auf Deutsch zu übersetzen. Wir werden weiter Party machen auf der Gamescom. Alles klar. Peace out.